everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Chaos with me, Amelia. And today we have Candace.
Hello.
And our special guest, Stephanie Judge.
There. Hi.
Hello, Stephanie. Oh, okay. How's everyone doing today?
Doing pretty good. It's a Saturday.
It is a Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturdays are good days, so I mean,
Catching up on everything. So
yeah, busy weeks.
I feel
it's
that.
been a long week. So
Yeah, no, it definitely. I feel like this
Yeah.
week is dragged. Like
forever.
Valentine's Day was a week ago. Like
I can't even believe it's passed so quickly.
I know.
Like,
March next week, basically.
don't remind
That's
me,
crazy.
please.
That's crazy.
I know, it's insane. Oh, so
Yeah.
I feel like we need a nice introduction, Stephanie, if you don't mind introducing yourself to people who don't know you.
Yeah. So in case you don't know me, I'm Stephanie Judge, the Judge. I am the editor for Retro Replay. So I make everyone look good, and you just had Paul, and he makes everyone sound good. So you're getting the best of the behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. I love that.
That's where the real magic happens, though.
Yes,
So
exactly.
It is.
it is.
Everyone comes for the talent, but you stay for the behind the scenes.
Yes.
You know?
Nolan makes everything come to life, as far as his personality goes, and then he's my inspiration.
He really is.
He really is. He's a great guy. I love Nolan. He's good.
He seems like he'd be great to work with from what we've seen from behind the scenes of Retro Feud and stuff. Like,
yes. I know.
Like great fun.
Oh, you guys were great too on Retro Feud.
Oh, no.
You started off the season.
And today we have Candace and Amelia.
Great honor, by the way, because
no.
we're both very excited about that. We're like, oh, we're the first 3 players? Oh, yeah.
We were both like in the waiting room, like, oh my god, this is happening. We're gonna be on the show. Like,
it's honestly one of my new favorite segments. Like, I loved when we started doing that because we're bringing everyone together. It's nice.
No, I love watching Retro Feud because we'll be in the live chat and I'll just see my name go red. I'm like, whoa, okay, it's me.
It's like, hey.
Great. I was like, oh my god, so many people know who I am. What is this?
Oh my
That's great.
Yes.
And I love the face zooms on me in that episode. Good god.
I love me some face zooms. It's the best.
I could tell. I'm like zoom on my face. I was like, I need to make a gif out of that because I can use that.
See, people are gonna love it or they're gonna hate it. They're gonna be like, "Why
I
did
literally,
you do that?"
as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to message her and say I fucking love that because it was so good.
No, that's always my worst fear, that I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna do that and someone's gonna be like, oh wait.
Do that. No, I feel that. I'll do that with this slot. Like in the last episode, I put a picture of Aaron when he disappeared as him as a child. And I was like, by the way, I may have put a little something in this episode. And he was like, oh God. So we were all sat there watching it. He was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So I was like,
the surprises that we get after the editing.
Yes.
Yes. That's the great thing about it. Like, you'll film it and then you'll go to edit it and make it 10 times better. That's what I aim to do.
I think that's what we all do as editors,
Yes.
And because sometimes like editing is really what makes like a film, or
exactly.
Sometimes it's the acting, sometimes it's the lighting, sometimes it's the costumes.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just the actors, like Bridgerton.
Oh, I love that series so much.
So good.
So good.
It's so good. Apparently he's going to be in the new Dungeons and Dragons movie, which I thought was interesting. So I'll watch it now for sure.
Yeah. I would definitely watch that. I'm like, No, definitely. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's what brings everything to, like, I personally, like, as a fan of loving like movies and TV series, I appreciate the editing and how it's put together, and that's one of the things I think a lot of people don't really think about when it comes to what goes into making a story in a film or a movie. So I appreciate the editors behind the scenes, because I'm sure you've got a lot to work with and you have to figure out which one versus the other. So
oh yeah, Well, and now too, it's like we try to keep episodes like in a time, like a certain time limit. And that's hard sometimes because it's like there's so much that you want to keep.
Yeah.
But then too, like you're just going through like say like 2 hours of footage and it's like, okay, we got to take this one segment and make it 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes. And it's like, okay.
You got like this whole 2-hour footage you got to look through first, find the bits you want, then put it into a sequence. Like, oh gosh, I couldn't. There's a reason these are like between 2 hours to an hour long at some point. Like they vary because I can't cut it out because there's so much good stuff.
I know, I feel that. Even for gameplay, it's hard. And then it's been funny because lately, like I've been cutting a lot of gameplay out, and Drew's like, "You went a little cut out." It's like, let's bring some stuff back, and I'm like, I got carried away. Got carried away. Yes.
No, I love it.
Not important at this point. So
yeah.
Just put him in a seat with a controller, just saying random things, and we'll believe he's
just
playing.
face cam. We don't need gameplay. Just face cam.
Oh yeah,
that's all we need.
I know. Well, there's one episode. It was it Comic Zone? I think it was Comic Zone. We had to, for some strange reason, when they had recorded that episode, back then, like something happened with the gameplay, so Drew had to record, like he had to watch like Nolan and listen to what Nolan was saying and like re-record like all the gameplay. So fun fact.
Oh my gosh, that's mad. Damn, exclusives.
It was
you hear
crazy.
It first, people.
And it might not have been all of it. I can't remember now because it's been a while.
That's crazy,
but
though.
Just like this one section,
The
like,
dedication to the to the this video, like to go back and record it, like dedication. I love that. I know,
I love that, and I love that Drew has done that. I think I don't know, that's a nice little factor.
Yeah, no, definitely.
A lot of hard work and detail that goes into like every single like episode and just every little single thing. So like I appreciate that, and you guys make a great team, by the way, because everybody is like on point.
Yeah, you all know what you're doing at the exact same time, and you all like talk to each other, which is great. Like communication obviously is key within a team.
Oh,
and you can tell that you guys all get on like so well. Like you have such a nice friendship as well as like a partnership, I guess. Yeah, it comes across. It's really nice.
We're a good crew. It's nice. I mean, and it's kind of funny because I started off working there like as like a video editor for Red Bear for their other company, Valid Resource, and then I got offered to come join the team and take over as editor, and I was like, this is cool. Like I'm flattered. Like and it was a big like shoes to fill. As far as filling in those steps and making sure everyone looks good and the comedy factor. I mean,
like the pressure, it's like, oh, this is a big role. Like,
I really felt the pressure. Yeah,
and you're crushing it, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You are.
Thank you. I think we all have our moments of doubt when we're working sometimes, and it's like, okay, like, am I doing it right, or oh no, like, am I not, and then it's always like in the live streams or whenever we do a premiere, like all of that like comes back. I'm like, okay, we did good.
Okay.
We did good.
And then you get like hundreds of people in live chat going, this is amazing.
Yes, makes it feel better. Yes.
Oh. No, definitely.
See the instant gratification of like, okay, it paid off. We did good.
Yes.
No,
yes.
I think we get that as well when we post like one of these and we see like the comments and we're like, oh, like all that hard work.
Yes.
We actually did something that's okay.
And people liked it.
Yes, that's the main part. As long as people like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, with all that you've edited, are you collecting some like fun little tidbits to do maybe like a blooper reel, like at like the end of the season? Is that like something maybe being introduced?
Maybe. I don't know. That's actually a good idea. I haven't, like, because typically, I mean, typically we cut everything out, and like the stuff that we cut out is like, okay, like this is the stuff that we
we don't replay extended cut.
Yes. So and I think that's also kind of why they want to do this Nolan North podcast. It's just like Nolan unfiltered. Exactly. But I don't know, maybe. I mean, I kind of like the idea of like a top 10, like, like moments or something like that. Even
that'd be
like
so cool. Like top 10 level 4 moments or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like that'd be cool.
Because who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah.
You're welcome. We're just giving you more stuff to do, Because you're not that busy at all with anything.
No,
you know?
not at all.
No,
Not at all.
Play, but give us these 10 top moments within 5 minutes.
Yeah, you know, you
Yes.
trim them down. That's all
Make it work. We'll make it work. It's so hard to keep track of everything, though. It's like when people ask me, it's like, oh, like, what's your favorite episode? I'm like,
They're all my favorite.
Because you start talking about them, and it's like, I can't remember now. Like,
You get
oh my
thinking, and you're
gosh.
like, I did this one's a good one, and then this one's a good one. Like, you really start to think, you're like, oh, that one's a good one as well. Like, there's so many.
I'm sure it all kind of just blends together.
It
Especially
does.
if you're like editing together this, and that, and you're talking about this game or that game or this, you know, host or person that you're interviewing. And then on top of everything else, it's like, oh, hey, we're working on this next project. So
For sure.
I don't know how you would keep it straight. So
I don't know how I do either. Oh,
Organization.
yes. I have a notebook. There we go. That's
There you
mine.
go. Every editor has a notebook that's just full of notes and timestamps and cuts. I've got one.
Yes, it's the best thing, honestly. I mean,
Notes are key.
well, and I get very picky too. Like, I have like a new pen that I bought, and like I have to use that pen.
Specific stationery for specific tasks. Yes, I feel that.
I'm the same way. It has to be a specific pen and a specific type of like notebook. So.
Yep.
This notebook's for this task. I'm going to use this pen. Keep them together.
Yes, it's a process.
I feel that. It certainly is a process.
Oh my
good
gosh.
God.
How dare if somebody offers you a basic notebook and you're like, how dare you?
How dare? Why is it not sparkly and pretty and have like, you know, like page markers? No, it needs to be like perfect stationery.
Oh my gosh, I had a notebook that Drew had that it was just like an extra one, and he was like, do you want this? I was like, sure. It had some like random I don't want to say postcard, but it had some weird like painted like building, almost like a mission like on the front that was like laminated. There we go. That's the word. It was laminated and it was like stuck to the notebook, and I was like, this is an interesting notebook. It worked. It was actually like a decent notebook. I was sad to part, but it had no lines. Like, that was the only thing. Like, there's no lines on the paper.
Oh no.
So...
You start writing and you just start like I have that problem. Like, here's a piece of paper and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to like get another piece underneath to like make sure it's like straight.
I know. Oh my gosh. I had a teacher.
Tangents aside though, good gosh, like that was such a tangent about notebooks.
Yes, I know. Thank you. It's the best topic. Thank you, notebooks, for existing.
Yeah. Well, you don't have my favorites, so
Yeah, clearly it's not just a me thing. Then I'm glad. I feel assured now it's not just me. Oh good gosh. So going back to you anyway.
Yes.
back to that.
How did you get into becoming the editor? I know we've heard the story before, but I don't know if our viewers may have heard it or not. But how did you get into like editing? Like, where was your first step where you're like, this is what I want to do?
Oh gosh. Probably high school. Because I was always like floating around, like, as far as like trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I made, you know, in my mind, like, I had to decide before I got to college, like, you know, before I got there, because like I didn't want to like mess around with that. That was just how my mind worked. Like, I wanted to commit to something, because my mom, she was always like, she knew when she was like 4 what she wanted to be, and like I was never like that. And so really it wasn't until high school when I took a video production class, and Mr. Hallam, he's a great teacher.
Shout out.
He really was the one that got me into like all of that. And so, you know, junior year I decided video editing, okay, that's what it's going to be. And so I took like a broadcasting class at school, because I figured, okay, this is going to give me like more on like deadlines and like editing more footage and videos. And so that's really where it started. And then in college, I mean, I edited a little bit, but we didn't really have that many like courses for editing, unfortunately. So really, like, the editing kind of came into like, okay, we're making this like 4-minute film, okay, like I'll edit, or I'll do this, or and so that's kind of where it started. And then I knew I had to come down to LA area, and so I spent a long time trying to find a job, and then I came across Red Bear, and the rest is history.
Yes, and we love it.
I've been there like over 2 years now. I think that's what it is, like just a
Whoa,
little.
Wow.
Congratulations.
That's crazy.
Woo!
Thank you. Yes. It's,
Confetti. I'll edit some in.
here we go.
Making me work now.
Yes.
Give me work
That's what
to
I
do.
do. That's what I do.
That's so interesting because I'm like in like kind of a similar boat. Like I'm only 19, so
Mhm.
I'm in my second year of a forensics degrry because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Yeah,
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
you think it would be. I started like I finished school at 16 and then I went to college. Different, obviously, it's like different over here in the UK. I started my college course and I did applied sciences in forensics for 2 years. And I was like, okay, this is okay. I can kind of get the grips with it. I'm in the sciences. I like science. This is good. And then I started last year. Obviously, all of this went down, and now we're online all the time. And I met all these wonderful people. And we made Chaos Crew. And I was like, oh, this editing stuff's kind of fun. I kind of like this. I'm finishing this year now in 2 months. 2 months time. I graduate,
Nice.
hopefully.
Congratulations.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully. And I'm going to look into video editing courses because I'm obsessed. You've inspired me, Stephanie.
Aw, thank you. No, I love editing. It's a great thing, and a lot of it's like self-taught too. Like
I know.
I
I've
feel like,
literally been teaching myself how to use Premiere Pro because I opened it at first and I was like, whoa, there's a lot of boxes and ticks and stuff and elements. I have no idea what any of this means. So I'm on YouTube like, what is a keyframe? Like, help me out. But yeah, I've been doing it for about a year and I'm like, okay, I kind of know basics. I can green screen stuff. I can keyframe. That's all I need.
oh my gosh, green screen is the best. I love it. We found this what's it called? It's like Hawaii Keyer or something like that, and like you just drop it in and it takes like all the green out, or if you have like a blue background, it takes like all the blue out. I'm like, what? Like,
I've been doing this manually the whole time and you're telling me I could do it this way? Like,
because we tried the Premiere one, and like this was all coming up like when we were doing virtual replay and like The Last of Us and Uncharted playthroughs. Just because like we didn't like how it was looking, and then you get a lot of noise, and we're like, okay, well, how can we clean that up? Green screen is difficult. It's a lot. It's a lot. But this thing, like, I love it, and I mean, it makes it easier on me. But
yep,
so I'm kind of cheating. But
time though, so that you can focus on the other thing. So
exactly.
Efficiency.
Efficiency is where it's at.
It is. It is.
I know. I love the way I just dropped in Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm just wondering what programs you use when you're editing. Like, is there anything you like specifically go to when you're using all like primarily one program, or is there like a couple of things you like bring into it?
It's mostly like After Effects, Photoshop, Premiere. I've tried Illustrator, and that's actually something Drew and I have talked a little bit about. I can't figure out Illustrator. I don't know what it is, but there's like certain things.
Looked at it.
Like I was trying to make a logo for Retro Recap, and I wanted to use like the old, like original Retro Replay logo. But I was like, well, so how did you make that? Like, and he's like talking about it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I couldn't figure out how to like crop. Like, I wanted to get like lines and I wanted to mask things out and I couldn't get it to work. And I'm like, how does this happen?
How do you do this?
How do you do? And so I just dropped it into Photoshop and, went from there.
That's actually what I do.
Borrowed letters from like the other words and just like
dragged and dropped it. Yeah. Patched it in. No one will notice.
Nope, no one will know.
Yep, I feel that one.
But it's just those three, I think. Well, I guess media encoder, but that one's
no one counts that one. It's just there.
Yeah, because we don't really use Lightroom. We don't.
No.
There's so many things. Yeah. There's so many things because I have for my own personal, like I have the suite, but like I rarely.
I bought the suite. I was like, I may as well get the whole shebang if I'm gonna go for it.
Just do it. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there. After Effects, Premiere Pro, probably my two most used things. I do use Photoshop for thumbnails and stuff, obviously. Yeah, definitely. Adobe, if you want to sponsor
Adobe's
us.
good. Adobe's good. Adobe's good. Yes.
You've got real good talent. Like you're a little bit more training, she'll be rocking and rolling. She already is.
Don't. Don't do
You
this
got
to me.
this.
I got this, guys. I'm gonna do it. I'll be like halfway through an edit, and I'm gonna message like, "You're doing great." And I'm like, "Thanks." I'm trying. Anyway, stepping
Oh
away
my
from
gosh.
editing for a second.
Yes.
Let's get into it. Gaming. 'Cause I know you love you some Sims. I initially
I
brought
do.
these
I
out
saw
specifically for my
those.
background. Like,
They're beautiful.
I know.
Aaron showed up and I was like, "Hey, put your Sims in the background." I'm like, "No, I'm trying to keep my background clean." So then, like,
She like whips them out like
Yes.
Sims 2.
Sims 2.
yeah.
all Simmers here.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
there's a reason I brought Candace with me. I was like, "You're a Simmer. We can all be Simmers together. We can talk Sims."
I love Sims.
Like, what's your like when you create a new Sim? Do you like base them off of yourself? Is it like just kind of whoever you decide to create? Do you like mix and match? Do you have like a
It's a
goal?
little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. It used to be like I would create myself.
Yeah.
Like I was I was the weirdo. Like I was dating a guy and like so we both like recreated each other and it was like
I've done that.
and we were on Skype or something and it was like we were showing us like our houses that we'd made and like what we looked like and it's like you gave me
Aw.
that shirt? Like what? No. Like
What are
I
those
wouldn't wear that.
Yeah. No, I definitely
Oh
feel
my
that.
gosh. And then I started to make more like random families and so like it'll just come to me. And I try like there's a family I'm trying to stick with, but I get
So
bored.
hard. Commitment issues in Sims are like another
Oh.
story. Like,
Well, once I start, like, cause I'll as soon as I start, as I will like max out all of their like skills or whatever. So like, oh,
Mhm.
they're a master chef, and now they
Mhm.
know everything about history and music, and like, so like I'll max them all out and then do the career path. And then halfway through the career path, I get bored because I've already like met half their aspirations, and I'm like,
yeah, cool. I'm gonna quit my job,
Mhm.
divorce my husband. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
start a build a new house. Let's
date
go.
everybody in the city, like just
Yeah.
mix it up, be mean to everybody, befriend them, be mean.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
duh.
Like,
I
feel that.
recently I recently added what is it? Command Sender.
Oh, MC Command Center. Yeah, I use that all
I
the
love
time.
that. But the one thing is like, so this one family that I tried playing with, like all of a sudden, like all these people were getting pregnant. And like all the girl Sims in the world, like even ones I wasn't playing with were pregnant. And like, so all these people, like they had babies. I'm like, no, that wasn't in the story.
No.
That's not, wait a
Turn
second.
that setting off.
What is
Water, like,
happening?
this is not good.
So,
No,
that's the one thing I
MCC 's
can't
great.
figure out. Like,
Pandemic.
it's in the setting somewhere. There's that much
It
stuff with
is.
MCC. You gotta like go through like 3 different menus to find the thing you're looking for. But it's so good once you get the hang of it. I love it.
oh, and they're all pregnant with twins too. Like I'm like, what is happening?
The town has tripled in number.
It has.
Now you
It
have
has.
Overpopulation in Sims. Like your PC is gonna die. It's just gonna like have like hundreds of
Going to
thousands of Sims in the background. Literally. I
Oh
feel
my
that one.
gosh, totally. Oh my
yes.
gosh. I
Oh.
love Candace that you have like The Sims 2 because that's like the classic.
It's
I
the
love Sims 4.
OG.
Yeah. See,
all I
I
have.
actually have not played 4 yet. The farthest I've got is 3, but it's like I used to play at like a desktop, like a computer all the time. Like
Mhm.
when I was like, I don't know, my teen 20 years. Now I'm like, I like to like chill. I want to play it on like the PS, the PlayStation. And so now that's pretty limiting compared to what you can do on the PC. So
Yeah.
I don't know, best of both worlds. I'll take what I can get. So
Sims 4 is definitely a shocker. Going from like Sims 2 or Sims 3 to Sims 4 it's
there's a lot I heard.
it's a
Yes.
lot. It's nice like in some senses, but I mean I do miss Sims 3. And they're talking about re-releasing it for Max.
Yeah,
I don't know
saw
what's going
that.
on with that.
Yeah.
Because I would get on that train immediately because I've got
Same.
tons and tons of Sims games. I'm like, I want to utilize this again.
Yes. Sims. Gotta love it.
It's the best.
It's my
the
one
best.
true love, honestly.
It
Like
is.
anything, anytime I'm like, oh, I'm bored, Sims. It's got me.
I'm
Mhm.
not one of those people that are like malicious and like try to like kill off my Sims. Like I don't know if you guys are or not. Like
No, never.
No, never. No, I think when I was younger, maybe a little bit
Yeah.
more,
I'll
just because I
always-
thought it was funny. But
Yeah.
Or if there's a trophy for it, like drawing your sim in a pool, I'm like, okay, I want the trophy.
Achievements.
So
Oh,
Yes.
achievements. Yes.
I'll create John Smith and draw him in a pool. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Just like random everything, and then yep, you'll do. If I don't care about how he looks, then I don't care about them. Like,
Exactly,
they
yes.
gotta look good.
Yes, yeah. But my cousin, she had back when episode 1 of Star Wars came out, there was like a download for Darth Maul. She downloaded it and he went through her neighborhood and started killing everybody. So she's like, I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't know how to stop this. So
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
she's like, I'll see him next door at my neighbor's, show up with his lightsaber, and then everybody's dead.
That's a great
I'm
story.
like,
Oh my
don't
god.
download anything weird then.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no mods.
No mods.
Don't do any mods.
Don't do the villain.
Expansion
No.
packs, and that's about it. No mods.
No mods.
The expansion packs could get crazy sometimes. Like the Star Wars one. I remember that came out, and I tagged you in it on Twitter. I was like, Stephanie, this is you all over. Like, it's Sims and
is.
Star Wars. Like, this is you.
And funny enough, I don't play there that often because I wanted to be able to
Really?
live there. I wanted to be able to I hate that you have to just travel there.
Isn't it like a gameplay works? I don't actually have the Star Wars pack yet. So I was
It's
like,
it's
A place you visit.
it's a place you visit. You can become a Jedi and all that
Okay.
kind of like fun stuff. So it's almost like when you have a career and you have to
oh,
build
okay.
up
It's like
levels.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is fun, but
Does it like wear off after a certain extent? Like you play it for like a week and you're like, okay, I want to go back to like normality now.
yeah, I think it's definitely more expensive than what it probably should be. Now,
Yeah, that's
granted,
the problem with
probably like
Sims.
as far as graphics and stuff like that, like I think that kind of
Yeah.
because when you go to Star Wars, like they'll do wipes. So like
Oh,
when you
okay.
have that loading screen, like there's little fancy things that they've added.
Yeah, just the little
Um,
things.
Yeah.
But
Very cool.
I mean, it is cute. It is cute. I like
Yeah,
it.
like how cool is that? Like collabing Star Wars with Sims. Like we kind of knew it was gonna happen from the moment
Yeah.
the Sims came out with all the costumes and stuff. But
Mhm.
like finally, like how many years later, they're like, oh, by the way, this is a thing we're doing. But yeah, like
Who would have
it's
ever
so
thought,
good.
right?
I'm trying to think if I have a favorite pack. I don't think I have a favorite one. Maybe Seasons for Seasons 4.
I like the
don't know.
seasons one.
Seasons, I would say for 4.
'Cause I added quite a lot, like the weather, like the swing set is probably my favorite thing about
I
Seasons.
love the swing sets. I love the swing sets. Yeah, I think Seasons would be my favorite pack for 4 because 3. The one thing I liked about 3 was like for instance, like the supernatural pack that they just had come out or paranormal.
Mhm.
Sims 3, they lumped all of that together. So like you had I'm blanking what it's called now. It was like a supernatural. So you had witches, you had fairies, you had werewolves, you had
That's so cool.
vampires.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And now this one, it's like, okay, we're gonna do that, but like we're gonna go one pack at a time. So you're gonna get vampires, but that's it.
But
Yeah,
that's,
I know. I've noticed that. And then they brought out the magic pack, and it was just like
Mhm.
just magic stuff. And I'm like, can I have some more, please?
Yeah.
Like just
A little more, just a little
little
more.
for the
You know?
price I'm paying. I want just this smidge more
Yeah.
because you've done it before as one big thing. Like
Yeah. Because
I
like
think
my
they're
favorite,
learning.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to see. I would love like a multiplayer version. Like I
Yes.
would just like to have a world that you could play with a bunch of people.
that would be amazing.
Exactly. It would be cool if they
Sims
made like
Online.
a like universe where it wasn't necessarily like open world, so you weren't exposed to like whoever. You could
Yeah.
just invite people to like your neighborhood and have your own neighborhood, and then like
That'd be so cool. Could you imagine like us three had like a custom neighborhood where we could like
Exactly.
make our own families? That'd be so
You
That'd
could
be
go-
really
hey,
cool.
EA, we're giving you free ideas right now. I mean,
Yes,
want to cash in on
yes.
it?
your own neighborhood, invite your friends.
I'm like, oh, we're gonna go visit Stephanie.
Yes, that would be awesome.
That would be
'Cause
so cool.
I think they have a little bit of that for like Sims Free Play or whatever it is.
Yeah, I've heard about that. That's the mobile game, right?
But
'Cause
that
I've
game is
actually
awful.
looked at it. Yeah, I
It's
know. It's just
awful.
microtransactions galore, from what I've heard.
Yeah, no, it's not fun.
Just play something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
One or the other
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Go play Among Us instead.
honestly. Oh my gosh.
Go
I think
really
the
fun.
underdog of Sims is my favorite, Sims Medieval. That's my like favorite
I've heard
one.
about this.
Like that
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. because with the decorations, and I think there was like stained glass windows, and you could have like the suits of armor like as decorations. Like that was really neat. Like
I feel
Yeah.
like I need to buy this now. I'm like listening.
It's good.
I've
It's
never
definitely
played a
an
little bit of 3 and
adjustment.
4. So I'm like,
Yeah, no, it's definitely an adjustment because like the one thing I wish that that game would have been more popular because you would have had more worlds because you can't really
Yeah.
build any buildings or anything like that. Everything just kind of
Okay.
gets built for you,
Mhm.
but you can design like the insides and change like the just the design. Like you can't change the room sizes. You can't really. So
kinda
it's
fun, though.
definitely different. But you go on quests, so like you get to
Oh.
like
It's like RPG kind of style, like
a little bit, yeah. Like you're the monarch,
Okay.
and then you're kind of building your kingdom, and then along the way you could be the knight, or you could be the medic, you
Okay.
could be
I'm sold.
the head of one
Sign it.
church or the other.
Yeah, right
like
now.
it's
That sounds amazing.
Sims Medieval. I'm going.
it's
Let's
the
go.
best. It's the best.
Definitely sold.
Oh my gosh, this looks amazing.
There's like a death pit, like you can sentence you can put people in the stocks, or you can put them and send them to the pit, and there's this like monster, and it
I'm
comes
just in
out.
awe. Like,
Like,
why have I
ooh.
never played this? Like, I love medieval stuff and I love Sims. Like, why have I never played this game? Okay, well, I know what I'm doing after this.
I was gonna say
It's-
now. Good luck.
Sold.
Yes.
You've sold me. I'm done. That's it.
I'm
That's
slowly
my
converting.
3
Yeah,
months done. Like,
hours gone.
yeah, Candace,
Yes.
I'll edit this episode at some point. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
gonna
be
be
like,
playing
well,
Sims
I'm
now.
distracted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Honestly,
Oh.
we've got Sims. Is there any other games that you've been into? Like, would you class yourself as a gamer?
No, I mean, because I was the kind of person like I liked those kind of games of like Sims. Like I loved Zoo Tycoon as a kid.
Oh
like
yes,
that
like
was my favorite.
Golden. Yes.
So like I played a lot of those kind of games. And then I mean I played the Wii, but
Oh,
so
I
I
love
like
the
Mario
Wii.
games. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd classify myself as like a true gamer. Like I definitely would love to be like, more into all that. Like I've been wanting to get a PS5, but
Oh, doesn't everyone?
it hasn't happened yet, and I was told by Drew to get a PS5, so I'm like, okay. Like
Okay, Drew, I'm on it.
I will. Because like I asked him, I was like, do I get a PS4 or do I get the PS5? Like, what do you recommend? He's like, get the PS5 digital.
Get the
I'm
more
like,
expensive
okay.
one.
Yeah. The one that's hard to get.
Yes, that one.
Everybody
The
wants
one
it.
that no one can get. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I like video games, and like I like watching, like I think as far as like watching Nolan and Drew and everyone, like even like Liam and Todd, and I'm
Yeah.
introduced to this whole new world of of gaming.
You like
and
play
games.
vicariously through them. Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Like,
that's a good
I've-
thing about it though.
Oh, I've been dying to play Uncharted because like I love Indiana Jones.
I was
So
gonna
like
say, what's your favorite Uncharted if you've played them?
I've not yet, but like
That's okay.
I think 3 looks actually really really
Yes.
good.
A lot of people
3
go
is the
for
best one.
3. My favorite's 2.
No,
but
you're wrong. But you're wrong.
That's when the online started. So there was a lot of. I just love the story of 2. It was a little bit more in depth. I mean,
Yeah.
there's Lazarevich.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole package.
Yeah,
I forgot
definitely.
about Lazarevich.
And
Okay,
Chloe as well.
yeah. And Chloe.
Okay,
Yeah.
I do like Chloe.
Yeah,
I
Chloe.
cosplay Chloe, so I'm like, Aaron, no, you're wrong. Aaron's just piped in
It was
the
the
chat
correct
saying
answer.
2 is the correct answer. And if
It
it's
was the
2,
correct answer. 2 does look really good though. Like as far as story goes, like it's hard to choose, but I like those kind of like adventure
Yeah.
games. So
I think
that's like the first one I think I'd play.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Uncharted, definitely. Good choice. You're not biased in any form or anything, but it's
No.
a good game. I'm not biased at all about anything Uncharted. No.
Uh-huh.
No.
I mean, I'll say one, like as you play through, you'll notice one's a little bit on the rougher side when it comes to controls, but they streamline that as they get, further into things.
Yeah. And you got to think about the timing of that as well. Like, it was a long time ago that they brought that out. Like, compare 1 to 4, like,
How
phenomenal.
many years
Like,
ago was that?
a long time ago.
When did that first one come out?
I was gonna say,
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Now I'm having to research. I'm becoming pagan now. I'm an all-in-one show now.
I'm doing homework.
Release date. I'm doing homework. 2007.
Wow.
Not
13 years? Yeah, thank you, Aaron.
15 years?
I had
Wow.
it. Good
That's
God.
crazy.
Kids are Drew at this point, so.
I was still in school. Don't take my job. Aaron, get out of the episode. This is not all about you. I got to put these bubbles in. Like, I got to
Oh
edit
my
him in the little
gosh.
bubble like you guys do on your
Yes, a little
episodes.
text bubble. Yes.
I have to get the plug in for the little bubbles. Have to send that over.
Oh my goodness.
It's just a little text message vector. It should be
Oh,
easy.
I think I could. I think I got it.
You got it. I have faith.
I'll give it a try. Oh gosh.
That's crazy though. 2007. I like looking at all those games and seeing like the progress as far as like how far we've come with
Yes.
animation and mocap and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
And voice acting.
and voice acting.
Technicalities of like the gameplay, like there's a lot more that's involved in like the later ones, like 3 and 4. There's a lot more you can do. So it's a lot of fun.
Definitely. Like 4 with a rope and stuff. Like there's so many different mechanics they added, and you could tell they were listening to like the fan base as the games got like more progressively better, I guess. Like because you could tell the mechanics, like people preferred, like I think in the first one there's like a specific button mechanic. I can't remember what it is, but people were like, why is it this button? And by the 4th one they changed it and it was like, well, this makes more sense. Like
Yeah.
It's great. I love Uncharted is a great series and we're not biased in any form.
No.
If you haven't played it, go play it.
Yeah, check it out if you haven't yet. So
Yes.
But get the PS5.
Yes.
Yes.
Soon. Eventually. Hopefully.
Yes. Go fund me.
One of these
We're
days.
gonna get Stephanie a PS5 so she can play with us.
And just
Get it-
completely fail. Oh my gosh.
get Uncharted multiplayer with Stephanie ?
I was gonna say, I feel like she's gonna need a group to help her through that.
Oh well, you've come to the right place. I mean, there's a reason I'm called the Purple Hat Assassin in Uncharted multiplayer. You know.
It's a whole another beast. It's crazy. So
I would be the person that would want to walk around the world and be like, oh, that's so
Look how
beautiful.
pretty this is. Yeah.
Wow, Stephanie, you need to shoot. No, I want to look at this.
that. So it's fine.
Yeah, and then I'm like, Candace, I need help, and she's like, but this looks so pretty.
Yeah, look at how this fern moves.
And I'm like dead on the floor. And I'm like, Candace, I need a revive, and she's like, but the pretty butterfly.
Oh my
No,
Totally
I get real
be me.
competitive.
gosh. That would totally
my
be me. Oh
It's
my
okay.
gosh.
I can carry you guys. It's fine. You guys can go play Sims in Uncharted whilst I kill everything.
I'm not terrible at Uncharted.
No, just me forget it's actually really good at it. I'm just messing with it.
I was gonna say, Amelia, okay, 1-on-1, you and me tonight.
We're doing it. We're going mano y mano. Let's go. I'll insert the clip of us fighting each other.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
gets
my
running
gosh.
around, looking around and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. That's
Oh, God. I'm trying to think if I have any more questions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, but yeah, we love us some games.
No, I know. But also, when it comes to like different types of TV series, movies, do you have any like preference, like favorites of yours that have like stood out within the last few years?
I mean, we talked about Bridgerton at the very start.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal Netflix series. If anyone hasn't watched that, go watch that.
Oh,
Definitely
so
recommend.
So good. I know. I started watching it, and then my mom, she was like, "Oh, what's this?" And then, so we had to go back and like rewatch it. I got
Rewatch
my
it?
mom. Yeah, when I got my mom on The Crown, like she's always thought it looks
Oh.
like a really interesting show, but she's never like sat down and physically watched it episode
Mhm.
to episode. So we're on season 3 now.
Wow. Lockdown, eh?
So like there's like The Crown, I think visually is like one of my favorite shows, as far as like it's a slower paced show, but it's I don't know, it's hard to choose. I love
is.
TV. I love movies. Like I was the lazy kid that liked to sit and watch movies, you know, and like I didn't go outside to play as often as I probably should. Like I don't know. And I've watched everything, anything and everything except horror. That's like the one thing that I can't really.
Same. No, I'm glad. I think we're like the same person at this point. Like,
Probably.
we could be like siblings at this point. Like, we have.
Yeah.
I can't do horror. Sorry, no. Anything scary, like Last of Us is probably the scariest I could get with games and stuff like that. But like, no, I can't do horror. Sorry.
I didn't grow up with it. I mean, I've seen some of like the classics now, so it's like okay, it is what it is. But dude, The Last of Us is like the worst of any type of horror genre. Especially too. Like, I guess Amelia's like go big or go home, right?
But it's see, the thing is with the game, I feel like it's different because I can panic pause when I want. With the movie, I'm like stuck in gross watching it. With the game, I can stop and go like outside and have my panic attack and then come back and play it. You know, like
yeah. I'm like, nope, I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I feel that
oh my
horror is
gosh.
a no-go for me. I can't do scary stuff.
When we did The Last of Us 2 speed run with Anthony and he got to the Rat King part, I remember sitting there and I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then something happened and I jumped like out of my chair editing. I was like,
No,
I felt like I left my body and I was like, I need to take a break.
It's terrifying because like usually I don't get jump scared or anything like,
that game is the worst.
Usually it doesn't get to me, but that one part, I just started like yelling as I'm playing, running away, and then I was trying to escape the ER room with this big monster.
No,
escape. I'm like, oh, I actually have to fight it. This is awful.
Yeah, I remember I was watching. I think it must have been Chris's stream. We were watching one of our friends, Chris, and he was streaming it. He first time playing it. There was a couple of us in a PlayStation chat with him, and he was streaming it, and he was going, "Oh no, 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 no," and he started like freaking out. We all knew exactly what party. I'll have to find the clip, put it in because
blowing the mic out.
His microphone was so loud it just cut out.
I don't like it. What is that? I feel like those things are gonna pop out of me. Oh my god. Oh no.
A few moments later.
Oh. 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 No! No! This is it! Oh! Oh my god! What is this thing? Holy shit! Fuck! Oh! 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 Oh!
He literally screamed, a fully grown man screaming. Yeah. Sorry, Chris, I'm throwing you under the bus, but it's a great clip.
We love you, but that's the genuine reaction.
Oh my god,
such a good clip. I'll have to find that because every time I watch it back, you hear the panic. It's like, oh no, oh no, 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 no,
and he just goes into a yell.
It's a great clip. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. How do you guys typically react like when you're watching scary movies? Like, are you the kind of person that likes like that? Because oh my gosh, I'm the kind of person like I get nervous and so I just start talking and I'm like, like not in like a loud, obnoxious way, but like in the sense of like, oh crap, like oh no, don't do that. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Like
I can't do it. I can't deal with it. I like escape as soon as I can. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
I don't get scared easily. I don't know. I feel like I don't have my emotions aren't there. I'm just like, oh, you want to fight? Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, bring it on.
I can see that as well.
I don't know. Like for me, like
I love it.
Jump scares don't get me because I'm also like I'm one of those people that like process like what's gonna happen next and like what type of movie am I watching.
I don't.
So like I've already like guessed like the ending at this point. So I'm along for the ride, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, I wish I was more like could just enjoy the moment and the ride. So
I feel like I'm a little like that. Yeah. I'm definitely like that when it comes to like Broadway shows or like theater productions, because I have to sit like in the right spot, because if I can see like backstage practically like and see where people are coming in and out,
ruined.
I'm like listening to the show, but then I'm like, oh, what are they carrying out? Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's
cool.
I'm like,
what's that for? Like,
like I get sidetracked.
Yep. No, definitely.
Oh gosh. But yeah, going back to shows and movies, I mean, I don't know. There's too many. There's too many things. I liked a lot of crime scene shows. Like at one point I thought I
Same.
was going to be a forensics. Like I I wanted to, and then I was like,
I can't watch anything forensics because they get it so wrong.
Yep.
And I'll be sat in the room with my mother watching something. We were watching something the other day. I think it was like the real forensic CSI, and I'm like, that's wrong. What he's doing there's wrong. That fingerprint isn't right. What he's doing there's wrong. And my mum's like, shut up. I'm trying to watch the show. I'm like, but he's doing it wrong.
Wrong. See, that's how I feel about like certain like scientific like movies, because like I like to like read, and I didn't go to school for any type of like science thing, but I love research, and I love like just reading different articles and theories and whatever, and like finding out how people do things. But it annoys me when it's wrong in different shows and
Same.
movies. The technicality, I'm like, no, that's wrong. That's not real.
That's
Which
why I can't watch anything because I'm like, nope.
kind of brings me around to, have you seen Interstellar or The Martian?
yes, both. Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
Ooh. You put her on the spot now.
Are we going on like story or
Technicality?
because visually, like I like Interstellar. Like visually, like Interstellar. I think The Martian is a more interesting story as far as you know how they're telling things, and that one's like a little more believable. Interstellar is like it's pretty. That's all it is.
I was gonna say
It's pretty.
I'm personally an Interstellar person because I did a lot of research on like, is it realistic? Is it close? Is it blah 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 blah? Yes, they did a lot of research on like to make sure that it was accurate. So the story is a little, I mean, it can drag at times, especially if you're not completely like enthralled with what's going on. But I like the pacing. I like the feel of that movie better than the Martian, because I did a lot of research on the Martian, and it drove me crazy because there's a lot of inaccuracies in it. But as for the storytelling was very well how they like placed it together. But I was just like, that's wrong. That's not how you do it. That wouldn't happen. Like, it was just like one thing. I was like, oh, you're gonna spend, $10 billion to send 9 people back to get one person who is basically gonna have cancer as soon as they enter Earth's atmosphere. And I'm just
Honestly.
like, that's not realistic. I'm sorry.
Yep. That's movies and shows though, they're just not realistic unless they're aiming to be, which is what pissed me off about this last one that I was watching, the forensics one, because it's like the real forensics, and I'm like, that's wrong. Stop informing people it's
Right.
this, because it's not, because half the people on my course joined it thinking it's going to be like that, and it's not.
No,
Don't go dropping £9,000 like pound on a course when it's not going to look like that. You don't look amazing in like full makeup all the time. You don't, trust me.
like, I'm doing my work. Look at how
You're in a
good
lab
I am.
coat with like a hairnet, and like you look flattering, might I add. You don't look like you do in those shows.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
But
Yeah, no.
I love me a tangent. I had to go off on that one because that's generally one of my pet peeves that winds me up, is what stuff like that.
Oh,
No, I
man.
feel 100%. Especially when you know like what it is behind the scenes, or like what it like. You're like, no, I've researched this. No,
I've got 5 years of forensics experience, and that is wrong.
There's nothing about.
I might not have worked in the forensics, but I've done 5 years of writing essays on it, so I know.
I've done all the research.
Yeah, pretty much. That was me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh yeah,
I feel like catch my breath now. I've like puffed myself out
I
with
was gonna
eggs.
say we went.
I'm like, and decompress back to earth. I'm here. I'm good. Do we have any more questions?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Go
I
on, then.
still kind of want to go on like TV movies. Did you ever watch like Chuck or like Firefly or anything like that?
I watched Chuck. I love that show.
Stay out of this conversation.
You're like, I'm out.
It's great, guys. Carry on. I'll listen.
Chuck was one of my favorite shows. No, that was great. I was really sad when it ended.
I was too.
And I was also sad how they ended it. And I was like, what? No.
Nope. Yeah.
We worked this long to get to this point, and then you just throw it all away, and you're like, we'll be fine. No. Oh my gosh. I started rewatching it, and then I think I got caught up in something else. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Story of my life.
I have like all of the seasons, and I haven't watched them in quite a few years, but I love them. It's just it's a good all around, like just lighthearted, funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who can hate Zachary Levi and
Right.
Von? I don't remember her last name.
Oh yeah, she's a really pretty name, but
No
I
point
feel like
asking
if
me.
I were to try saying it, I would butcher it.
Yeah, so
I forgot about oh, I'm blanking on his name. His best friend. Morgan. I was gonna say Martin. I'm like, that's not it.
Martin.
Morgan.
I love Morgan.
Martin is my favorite character, guys.
Morgan is awesome.
I have no idea
Morgan
what we're
is
talking about, but yes.
great. Oh my gosh. It's like there's so many things that I forgot about because that's like it's been a long time since that aired.
Linsky. I was close. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks,
yes.
Drew. I mean, Aaron. He's really going for that job. He really wants that job.
He
He's doing
is.
a good job. I know. He's doing the research behind. Yeah. Oh man.
My beard just grew 3 inches.
Somehow, every
He's
time
come up
Aaron
on the
somehow
big
manages
kid, like,
to
with a
make this
full
episode.
beard.
Oh my gosh. But all of them, like Paul, PJ, and then
Beard club.
Drew.
There
All
you go,
have,
Aaron.
like,
You just need a beard, and then you can get on the crew. That's all
there
you
you
need.
go. Yeah.
You need a
I
look.
have a peach fuzz.
There you go.
How's your beard coming?
Yeah.
Good. It's good. It's growing in nicely. It's growing in nicely. Had to shave this morning.
Yeah. No, understandable.
Like,
Same.
everyone's interview,
Actually, same.
Except I just shaved like this side, so you know. It's,
Yeah,
or
you still
this
got a bit
side,
of,
so
like-
Like,
it's
I just got a great gift present idea for you. I'm gonna buy you a fake beard so you can blend in.
So the next members live, you're gonna rock up with
Yeah.
a fake beard.
I
And,
love
like,
it.
We'll get you a hat as well.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And I have just like a plain black like
I'll get one
baseball
for Megan
cap.
too. That way she can blend in.
Yes. Oh, that'll be great.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Chaos Crew special.
We're sending out facial hair t-shirts and facial
Facial
hair.
hair and t-shirts. Coming up on the merch store.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Do you want to look like Drew? Well, you can. You finally have that
the Drew
opportunity.
cosplay.
Yes. It's like a little
I had
beard
to be-
velcroed to like a trucker hat. Like
I'm ready on it. I'm on the design phase right now. Let's go. Like, oh good gosh, I love brought to you by Chia Pet. Wow, Aaron.
Oh, my face hurts. Stop.
oh, I'm getting a little workout
Just
here. This
Velcro, just like on your face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just stick on Velcro.
You can change the color of the beard.
Could you imagine like Nolan's reaction if you did turn up like that? You
Oh,
just
that'd be
like
great.
Is
What are
it
you wearing?
Yay. What is the game plan?
Did I miss the memo? Like, cause like
You let this strange man into the video
well,
chat
someone's a
today.
pagan as well, so you don't feel so left out.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll just give her no context. Unless she watches this, she's not gonna know. She's just gonna
Oh,
random
yeah.
beard turn up. She'd be like,
What?
What is this?
oh, that'd be great.
Oh my god, that would be
I
beautiful.
love we go off on tangents like this all the time. This is
Oh.
just an insight to what we're like constantly. We're like, I wonder what would happen if we did
Love it.
this.
Welcome to Chaos Crew.
I
Chaos
love
Crew,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
That's us. That's us. Oh, God. We aim to please. What can I say?
Ew.
Oh,
If you're not having a good time, you're doing it wrong. Like that's
Yeah,
my motto.
facts.
Like, like, hey, you gotta have
I
fun
almost
with
did a
it.
spit take. Good
I'm
God.
having a terrible time. This is awful. This is
I feel
what am
like
I
this is
doing here?
I don't know. I don't know why you. I don't know why you asked that you wanted to be on this. Honestly, like, I don't know why we bothered. That was
How
a
much
joke.
longer?
Do not take that clip out of context.
It will be the only clip from
Next
the
headline should be like Chaos Crew
Yes.
cancelled.
Cancelled.
Amelia hates Steph. Like
Oh no.
the headlines are writing themselves right now. Like,
Yeah.
no, don't do that.
The single tear. Just-
Yeah.
Oh good gosh.
Oh,
I don't hate Steph. I want to point that out
let's
right
be
now.
clear.
Okay, Aaron.
So
Would you want to join in? You're gonna pipe into the conversation if you're gonna be like that? God, like,
He's just gonna
sorry, not all of us can be
No.
Nolan's, you know, like #1 best pal.
Yeah, I'll be
No.
the loud guy, okay? Come
Yeah,
on.
there's a reason you're the loud guy, bro. Like, we're just here. We're just the understudies for when he doesn't want to turn up.
Yeah.
Oh
He's got other plans.
The other
my
guy.
god.
Yeah.
Just falling asleep on my keyboard. I hope it's a comfy keyboard.
Yes.
Speaking of Zachary Levi,
Mhm.
I always have a thing too. So for me, it's Interstellar and Martian. Like I love asking that question, and then I also like asking the question: Tangled or Frozen?
Oh, I like this question.
Tangled. Tangled is the underdog.
Tangled.
Tangled was my favorite. Like
One of
Frozen's
us.
good. But like
It's okay, but Tangled is amazing. It's
Ding, ding, ding.
hilarious, and it has its own TV series, which their throwaway songs on their TV series are better than the
It's
Frozen.
actually really good. These guys
Come at
introduced me
me.
to the TV series when I
Like,
first started hanging out,
legit.
and it's actually a real good series on Disney
Yeah,
Plus.
yeah.
It's like
I
what's
like
it
the
called?
plot.
Like Tangled After or something.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I think Tangled Ever After or something
yeah,
like that.
something like that. Either way, it's real good.
Because there's
I
like a
know.
short movie, and then there's like 2 seasons, I think, right now on Disney Plus. So it's good. I mean, and they got the
I
whole
love it.
cast, so that's impressive.
I know it's not very often you get that.
No.
They usually
No.
replace people, but
No, I love Tangled. Tangled is one of those things like I wish they had done more with it. And that was the first time that they switched from the like the not rotoscoping animation, but just that hand drawn to
Yeah.
this new animation, and it was beautiful. Like I remember seeing trailers, and it's like, wow, look at the light,
It
like
looks
just
pretty.
hit her hair, like
Yes.
everything about it. I mean, yeah, that movie is phenomenal.
It is very, very
done.
pretty.
And it set the bar for Frozen, so
Yeah, it definitely 100%.
Frozen fell so short, you know.
Frozen's like a kid's film compared to Tangled. Tangled is for all of us, like, you know.
Oh, speaking of kids films for adults, like I just watched the new Cruella trailer, and
Ooh.
my oh my gosh, like it made me happy because I'm like, this is a Disney movie for adults. Like,
Yes. Yes. Oh no, I feel that. No, it looks
oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
Because
Because like that,
because I love Cruella. Like I thought she was like the greatest villain. Like I grew up
Badass.
watching 101 Dalmatians, like
Mhm.
original. I loved Cruella. I mean, her hair, she was crazy.
Her fashion in general.
Her fashion.
It's just like
Mhm.
costume. Oh, they better get that right.
Like how cool are you?
Yes.
You like to murder puppies, but you're still
Yeah.
cool.
Just a slight flaw in the relationship. I like to murder puppies, you know, like I have a great fashion sense, I have amazing hair, but I
Yes.
murder puppies on the weekends, you know, like
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I can't wait to
'Cause-
see the new film. Yeah.
Oh no, it looks good. I mean, I was trying to think because like Emma Stone, like her accent, like the way she talked, like it kind of reminded me of another actress, and I was like, I can't quite place like.
Maybe that was her like inspiration for like the character to like harness that other actress and then
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, and for her, like Emma Stone, like I've always loved her, but like seeing her
Yes.
in this role, it takes her and like her personality and everything to a whole new level.
Yeah.
And
oh, she's playing the bad girl. I'm like,
yeah, like,
she's playing the good girl.
and she's like a little sexy too. Like it was just funny. Like it was a whole new side, like
It is.
of her.
I like to see that diversity in acting. Yeah.
And also for a Disney movie, I'm like, wait, is this a Disney movie? I'm like, wait a second, this isn't. Hold on.
no, yeah.
In the bar, they know.
They
Yeah.
do know.
Yeah.
Disney are great. They know what they're doing. They're smart.
They definitely know what they're doing.
They got the money,
do.
so I mean
They do. And they own everything. They own
they literally
everything.
they're gonna own everything by like 30 years time. It's just gonna be like
They own
Disney
the
everywhere.
entire universe at this point. So everybody jump on board and put your mini ears on.
Like Welcome to
Yes.
Earth, sponsored by Disney.
Yes, honestly. Oh my
It's
gosh.
a small world after all, just be playing on repeat like constantly. Like
Will now be renamed to Dearth.
Earth.
Big CD.
Yes. Oh gosh.
Yes.
I
Oh
love
my
that.
gosh. Oh, see, now I want to go watch Tangled. This is.
I know, same. No.
I'm gonna play Sims and watch Tangled all at the same time.
Yes.
Care.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I just wanted Mandy Moore's hair, or Rapunzel's hair in that movie. Like, and then, but I was always mad, like, after he cut it and her hair's
I
like
cried.
so, like,
I was like, oh,
short. I was like, you couldn't have gone like a little lower, like.
A little
you
longer.
had to go like that length. Like it couldn't have gone for like my length, not like below the ears.
No, because when you cut it here, it does that weird
It, like,
like flare out.
Clicks
thing.
out.
Yeah, no,
It
it
does that
does.
occasionally.
It does.
Unless I straighten it. It just goes like, I'll wake up and it's just like,
Believe it or not, I used to actually have like Rapunzel length hair. Like it was all the way down to my butt. It was
Oh
like,
wow.
this like chestnut
Wow.
brown color. And then in my 20s, I was like, let's chop
That-
it all blonde. So, ta-da!
Oh my
I got
gosh.
tired of it too. So,
Yeah.
I know.
I think the long. I don't think I've. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I've had long hair, but like, I've always wanted that length of like the really long, but I've never been able to
Same.
like achieve it because my hair is also so thick.
yes,
Yes.
So
it is. Yeah. When you
So
have
then
the
you-
thick hair, it's a monster.
It's basically what we're saying is we're sending Steph a Rapunzel wig with a Drew beard and a trucker hat.
In a trucker hat.
And you better wear it.
I would. I would.
I want a selfie just of you like
One day you'll pop on Life the Members Only, and it's like, wait,
hold up a minute.
she did it.
Whoa.
She actually did it. Everyone in the live chat will be so confused and it'll just be me, Candace, and Aaron just like, oh, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Oh my god. I know. I always feel left out. Like they all have beards. I'm like,
Yeah, we definitely need to get you a beard. That's that's
Yes.
happening now.
Yes.
We're gonna make it happen now. Like
Optional. You have the choice.
and it can cover all this. Like it'll just be good.
Yeah.
oh,
Like it's
God.
not fair they get to hide. Like they have this like
No.
mask on their face. Like, come on, guys. It's not fair.
I don't know if it was a real picture, but it was like Rhett and Link, and there's a photo of like one of them without like I don't know if it was a real photo with them without their beard or not, and it's like this is what they're hiding, and he was like completely like
Oh no.
just like profile like
I love Rhett and Link. They're great. Good mythical morning are great.
it's a great show. It's
I used to watch that all the time when I was in school. Like you just like brought the nostalgia back to me when you said Rhett and Link. I was like, oh my god, I used to watch that all the time.
no, they're funny people. They're oh,
I aspire to be like them.
yes. Yes.
Oh, no, they're great. Should we move on to the silly questions, Candace? We have a couple of
let's get to
silly
the
questions.
then. Yeah.
Silly questions.
I'm ready.
Question time.
Rolling up my sleeves. I'm ready.
Ongoing.
Go on, then you
Battle.
go for it.
There's an
All right.
ongoing thing. Carpet versus hardwood. What do you prefer?
Let's see. Well, I prefer hardwood, but I like carpet because when you get out of the bed in the morning, if you're not wearing, socks to
toes.
bed,
Exactly.
your feet will be warm. But
Yep.
like here we have hardwood, or wood.
Hardwood.
Wood.
I was gonna say,
I have to like start tallying them up. I have to like, 'cause I can never remember who said what.
Yes.
make the tally, yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's like we've had this whole we've had hour-long conversation.
We actually have.
within
It's kind of
our
sad.
group about like carpet versus hardwood and why. And like Aaron and Ash are so adamant about their decisions. For me, it's like I like hardwood, but I like hardwood in certain rooms. And then I like carpet in, obviously the bedroom, or like if you have like maybe a living room with a sound system, wherever there's sound bouncing around. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
a
there's-
little, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, and well, there's something so satisfying like about like old houses with like the original wood flooring,
Yeah.
and just how beautiful that is, and it's
Gorgeous.
Yes. No, definitely.
You don't get that anymore. Like even if you were to like do a fully new house, unless you do like the full upgrades, usually it's some type of like, compressed board, even if it is real, it's got, I don't know, like there's just something very vintage and nice about the old look and how they did things versus new, just it's kind of cookie cutter. So
yeah.
Cookie cutter. That's a good way of putting it, actually. I didn't think about that.
it's a cookie cutter. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then what is your favorite pasta shape?
This is a great
Oh,
one.
God.
This sparked a very big debate in the last episode with Paul.
It did.
Oh my gosh, what do I choose? There's so many. Because it depends. Depends on what you're eating too.
What's your favorite though?
Ash was wrong. No. Don't listen to Aaron right now.
Ignore the man behind the corner.
I think the butterfly pasta, the farfalle.
Like,
Or however-
the
I
bow
like
tie.
the bow tie. I like the bow tie pastas.
Yeah, okay.
It's that
Yeah,
and
bow
penny.
ties.
It's that and penne. Like
Penne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
those are the two.
Okay.
Because like macaroni noodles are good, but like
Is it your favorite though? Like,
it's not my favorite. Like
Yeah, it's just there. Like
because bow
It
you
is.
don't go for it. Like
that
it's just
combination
there.
of the
I've
soft
offended
part
so
of the
many
noodle,
people with
but then
that.
there's also the hard part of the noodle in the middle. So you get best of both worlds.
Oh, and then gnocchi. Gnocchi's good. I mean,
Oh,
really good.
gnocchi's
gnocchi.
really good.
New
Yeah.
contender. Damn, we haven't
Mhm.
even thought about gnocchi
Oh.
before.
Yeah. I was like, it's the
Gnocchi.
potato of pasta, but I love it.
So
Potato
good.
pasta.
And then when you make it right too, and you put it with like this tomato sauce, like just the
Yes,
way
and, like,
it hits that pasta, it's so good.
I really want
Oh.
pasta now. God damn
And
it.
sauces taste different on different types of pasta.
They
Like,
do.
They do.
They
They
do.
do.
They definitely do.
Oh.
I really want pasta. God damn
I
it.
know, now
Every
I want
time.
gnocchi.
I feel like
Oh
we
my
need to
gosh.
provide pasta now as well. Like the shopping
Yes.
list is growing for this episode. Like
I was like,
we've
and
got
then
a
Starbucks
beard,
after
a wig, and
this,
some
I'm going
pasta.
shopping, so I'm like, oh no, here
It's
we
gonna be
go.
the weirdest Amazon like parcel you'll ever receive. Just a fully like a gray beard, a blonde wig, and then some pasta. Like
And also cereals. What's your top favorite 2 cereals?
Oh. See, I'm not a big cereal person. I had like one bad experience, and then since then, like I haven't really had it.
You're not.
But like my favorite cereal to get as a kid was always Cocoa Puffs. Like that was like that was my
Classic.
favorite. So that'll be my favorite because
Yeah.
yeah.
that's a
It
classic.
was that and like Fruit Loops, like between those two, like
I
Mhm.
love them.
Never had them.
Now that I'm old, I like the frosted mini wheats for me. But as a kid,
Good.
I liked either the Cocoa Puffs or
Cocoa Pops.
Fruity Pebbles. Yeah.
oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you have to eat that fast. You can't let it sit. Yeah.
No, yeah. Same for Cocoa Puffs. Like
Yeah, no, they'll get all like soft and like you
I was
gotta
like
get them when
big
they crunch,
fan, and
like
it's just
slice
like,
crunch.
ugh.
it gets funky. It gets
It does.
funky.
Real
Oh,
Yeah,
and Rice
poppin'.
Rice Krispies. Those
Rice
were always fun
Krispies. I love some Rice
because of the little
Krispies.
pops.
Yes,
Little
snap,
pop.
crackle, pop.
Crackles. Yes.
Throw that sugar in there. You're good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then got 2 more. Top 2 fast food places.
In and Out for SoCal because it's the best. And then Taco Bell.
Oh no, Ash is gonna be so happy.
Twins.
Ash is gonna be so happy with that
So
Taco
happy.
Bell.
What's your I'm gonna ask in behalf of Ash because this is
Mhm.
what he would want to be asked. What's your Taco Bell order?
Okay, so like I like their little nachos, like the mini nachos.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
those. And then depending on like it's like I like quesadillas. I like the quesadillas from there. And then I like their chalupa tacos. So those are good. I'm trying to think. Like I used to get like bean and cheese burritos a lot as a kid from there. But yeah, I think it's those two. Yeah.
Cheesy gordita crunch.
Yes, that too. Oh my gosh, there's too many things. Like the
Meanwhile,
other,
I'm over here like
the quote unquote healthier version of Taco Bell that I like is El Pollo Loco,
Oh,
which I
Heard of
guess you
that.
could like classify that as fast food, but that one's good too.
if it's like takeout, it's fast food. You know what I
any
mean?
fast
Yeah.
food's fast
If
food.
it's like a
Yeah.
quick environment, you're fast food. So yeah. And then the last question is: if the Retro Replay cast and crew were trapped on an island, who would be eaten first?
Me. I can guarantee that. Me.
Oh, snap.
I would not last.
Beard. If you had a beard, who would be eaten first?
Like the beard, like the symbol of like dominance in the group.
Yeah.
Like if you've got a beard, you're safe. Pagan, sorry, you're out. Like
Hard. Oh my gosh. Because it's like, you love everyone too, so it's like I would hate to like,
well, Paul
But-
didn't really struggle with this question, so I'm
Oh.
pointing that one out right now.
I don't know.
Who would you create an alliance with in order to take somebody down?
Ooh, we're twisting the question.
Probably PJ.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make the alliance with. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like PJ or Drew. Like I would definitely make an alliance with.
Yeah.
So watch out, Paul, Pagan, and Nolan.
Paul-
And the Get Good guys. Like, watch out, guys. They're after you.
Nolan has enough experience as like
Nolan would just go off on his own. He'd be like, yeah, sure, I'm off.
run
Like,
through, the
Yeah, no, he
jungle and
would.
just like run away. So it's like whoever's left at that point.
everyone's just looking at each other like, well,
Oh
it was a good run, guys.
my God. Yes. Yes.
I love that question. I'm glad we ask everyone that question.
I know.
That's a great question.
When we came up with that in the group chat, it was like, that's a real good question. Like, so I think Ash came up with that one. So shout out to Ash for that one.
Yeah, shout out to Ash for that one.
Because that was some silly
Oh.
questions.
And I'm such a nice person. I'm like, do I really have to choose? Like,
I'll just say me to be safe.
I seriously think though, if I was on like I always like watched Castaway and like I love that movie, but I'm like,
Good
I
movie.
would not last. Like
No.
I would think I would, but then it would be like, nah.
Nah, I'm done.
Boil my
I'm
own
tapping out.
water. I'll be like, oh no.
Struggling to make a fire, like come on.
Yeah. I would go crazy like within the first week. Like I'd just be like, you know what? This isn't gonna be a gradual thing. It's just gonna be like I'm gonna snap and then I'm gonna be like lighting the fire,
Yes.
force on fire, and
I'm
then
on
like
fire.
trying to get everybody's attention, like, hey boat, what's up? You know.
Where's Stephanie? She's talking to that coconut tree over there. Like it's not.
like you could paint a face on the coconut. Like,
Yep.
no, definitely.
Oh
There's any
Like,
like
Pagan just walks
wreckage
up
or
and is
like sails or yeah, I'd make myself a cape and just like run around the island.
my god.
She's got like a palm tree leaf just like on her back. Like, I'm a superhero.
Oh my god. Play pranks on people. Oh, that would be hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
See,
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
great question.
imagination.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
I think that's all the questions, isn't it? The silly
Yeah.
questions. We have a few silly questions, but they're great silly questions. Like,
Those are great silly
we
questions.
pride ourselves on our silly questions. We're not like a normal interview. Like, yes, this is what you do. We want to know what pasta you like.
Exactly, like, what type of pasta?
Like, we
Yes.
can have a serious discussion about work, but then we want to know what pasta you like and what cereal you like. You know,
It's the real deal. It's the real
Yeah.
questions. It's the
It is.
hard.
of course, it really shows your personality, the type of noodle you want to eat.
Mhm.
How much do you like pasta? A lot.
A lot.
Just a lot.
Pasta or potatoes though.
Potatoes.
I
Potatoes.
know.
I'm a potato freak. It's yeah.
I love potatoes.
I mean,
joke, I'm like, I'm a potato. So
who doesn't love potatoes? If you don't, that's just weird. Sorry if I've offended anyone with that, but you're just weird.
I know it's not like real potatoes, but my dad, he was like he part of his like package that he gave for me to like when he sent me off to college was like a box of like the boxed mashed potatoes that you can make, like the instant, you know.
He's got a little case of them. He's like, you can make
Little
this in
kit
your dorm room.
You're set for a month. I'm like,
Just live on mashed potato, nothing else.
it's so good. I love
Underrated.
potatoes.
I feel
And
like
then
we have
I
a potato question now. Like, favorite type
yeah,
of potato.
like regular potatoes or sweet potatoes or like you know like
Favorite potato, just in general. Like
favorite potato.
chips,
Oh.
fries, mashed potato. I'm trying to think of variations of
Potato.
potato off the top of my head, and it's not
So
going
now
there.
I'm going back to the fast food and I'm thinking about Jack in the Box's curly fries. I'm like, now I really want their curly
Oh,
fries.
I love curly fries.
Those are the best.
They're the best fries.
Those are, oh, there you go. Like the French fry cut. Like you're like
We're
like
just
the
getting
waffle
more
fries.
questions. The list is
There
getting
you
longer.
go.
This is great.
Hash browns for the win. Hash browns are
Oh.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a home fries girl. I like home fries.
Home
and
fries.
I like baked potatoes. For me, baked potatoes.
I had one of those yesterday.
Yes.
They're real good.
So good. Oh
Depends
my
on the
gosh.
topping. Like, get a good topping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sour cream,
Cheese.
butter, all the butter. Just all of the butter.
I love me some ravioli and cheese.
Oh, ravioli's good too. Oh, now I'm hungry. This
I
is-
know. I'm getting off this. I'm going to make some pasta. Like, I can't with you.
It's like
So I don't
it's
fry.
lunchtime here. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, it's actually nighttime for me, so I'm gonna go make some dinner. 9 p.m.
I was just gonna ask what time it is there. Wow, 9 p.m. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I'm in the UK in Wales.
Time zones.
I know. To be honest, I'm adapted to the US time zone at this point anyway, because I hang out with this lot so much. So
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, we always yell at Amelia, go to bed, Amelia.
go to bed, and I'm like, nah.
I'm like, you're your own person, okay?
Oh my gosh. I've been to the UK once and I I thought it was so cool. I'm like, I've time traveled. Like I've gone in
Yeah.
forward
That was me
in
going to the
time.
States. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. I'll be messaging people at like
Awesome
6
day.
p.m. and they'll be like, it's like 1 a.m. What are you doing? And I'm like, I forgot.
Normal.
I'm sleeping.
I remember when I came over I went on a school trip to Washington. I did Washington, Philadelphia, and New York on a school
Oh,
trip. Which
nice.
was really cool. And like I came over and I think we went to like Empire State and I was like, it was like 9 p.m. and I was like trying to FaceTime my mom and I was like, oh my God, wait, they're 5 hours ahead. What am I doing?
Yeah. 2 a.m. It's super great.
So I was like, I'll just do a Snapchat video instead.
Yeah. I'll just show her later.
Oh
I was like, I
my
want to FaceTime. But I FaceTime my dad and he answered and he's like in bed and he's just like, what do you want?
gosh. Look at what I'm
like,
looking
showing
at.
you my life.
I'm like, look at this, it's so pretty. And he's like, slow down. It's like 3 a.m.
Just woke up, so you're gonna have to wait.
Time differences don't exist in my
Yes.
mind at the minute.
Oh my gosh.
It's easy to forget about them, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking to a lot of people like throughout
Mhm.
the world. It's like
Across all time
just-
zones. Definitely.
No, you do forget. Yeah. And I think at the time too, I was talking to some guy and he was like stationed like overseas. So I was like, I'm in his time zone. I was like,
like, I don't have to do math to talk to him.
no.
That's amazing. Oh, I love that.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I think we'll close out there. And I think that's a good point to close out on.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Stephanie, for coming on Coffee
Thank
and
you.
Chaos.
This was a lot of fun. This was, I love this.
We're glad
Oh,
to have you.
We're trying.
Yes.
We were
We
just
gotta play
bored.
Among Us soon. We gotta play Among Us
Yes.
soon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, Chaos Crew X Retro Replay staff Among Us. That would be amazing. Coming soon. There we go. Coming soon.
Soon. Yep.
Steph said it, not us.
Good.
Sus. But yeah, thank you so much. Have you got anything you want to plug? Like any socials? Anything you're working on?
I mean, you can follow me if you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter. I believe it's all the same. Hold on, I'm double checking.
I'll pop it in the
um,
description anyway. But
It's like judging since day one or judging since day one.
Okay, she's the judge.
I'm not actually judging. I'm just.
No, she says that. But
I'm a
No.
nice person, I swear.
sus. Yes, sus. Exactly. That is sus.
That is sus.
Yeah. Go follow Stephanie.
Yes, I think that's it. I have a YouTube, but there's not a whole lot on there. There's some stuff, but it's like all
Go stalk
high
Stephanie.
school, college films. You can watch a very sappy, sort of sappy rom-com. Or
Oh.
no, it's not a rom-com. It's a romantic movie. I should say that.
Aw. There we go.
But-
I'll have to stalk it down and find it now,
Yes.
and then link it in the description for everyone who wants to see it.
There you go.
There
Yeah,
we
it's
go.
just Stephanie Judge at YouTube. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And if you want to follow Chaos Crew, I'm gonna have to remember the socials off the top of my head. Here we go, because we're like different on every platform. So brace yourselves. I need to find the document that actually has all the socials in, because I'm in the wrong place. I'm a professional, I promise. I always have the correct things open at the correct time. I totally don't have the Chaos Crew OneDrive open right now looking for the document with the socials in. And edit, no, shut up, I'm not editing. So this is staying in. This is staying in. This is a day in the life of Amelia right here. Like, this is my life.
She'll find it. Give her a sec.
Yes. Oh my
I'll
god.
put some waiting room music in. It's all good. Stand, screw. Let's find it. So you can find us on Chaos Crew at the Chaos Crew Show, where you are watching this right now, obviously. We are at Chaos Crew Show on Twitter. If you want to, hit us up on Twitter with some ideas, want to collab, want to come on Coffee and Chaos, hit us up. We got Instagram at the Chaos Crew Show. We have a Twitch, we hardly ever use, but we do have a Twitch channel. It's the Chaos Crew Official. And if you have any queries, questions, you want to head up to me, it's at
You've
the
got
Chaos Crew
mail.
Show at gmail.com. I nailed that. I'm quite proud of myself.
You did good. You
I
did
did
good.
good.
Woo!
Thank you so much, Stephanie. It's been a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much, Stephanie. It's wonderful. That was so much fun.
Outro
Yes, thank
music!
you. Bye.
God.